Good morning everyone, happy Monday and welcome to Hunky Dory TV. We are continuing our birthday celebrations up until Wednesday because, well, we had a few other treats that we wanted to share with you, and we wanted you to be able to get that incredible 14% discount on these items, and today brings those prices down. It's just astronomical. The things that I know,
I see what you did
me.
there.
Big word for me. For what we've got to bring you today. But I'm not on my own. My name's Natalie. I'm going to be your host for the hour. Emily is running things over in the production area, and over in the demonstration station, ready to craft up an absolute dream, is Rebecca.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Morning.
This is going to be a good show.
It's a really good show. I'm so excited.
Honestly, we cannot tell you how incredible these prices are going to be. We just have to speed everything along so we can get to it, because you're all going to be in awe. So we still have that mega 14% off on all orders until Wednesday. So that means that Club Hunky Dory members are going to get 19% off anything that you order, and then your Diamond members are going to get 24% off, and that includes the launches today, the launches tomorrow, and the launches on Wednesday as well. But let's get to this week's Win It Weekly. We do it every single week. We just love to give things away to you. Over £100 worth of prizes, and this week is no different. We are giving you our absolutely stunningly beautiful Paint Drops Posies Ultimate Collection, where you're going to receive 3 gorgeous stamps and dies which all coordinate really beautifully together. You don't have to colour these in. You have all of those silhouette stamps which you can just ombre with your ink pads, or just colour in sort of single tones to create gorgeous cards. And the way that the masks have been designed is so clever, that you have this white space here which just lies over your gorgeous stamp, and then you don't have to do any masking or any really difficult card making with this. It's so easy. 3 winners this week, and the question you need to answer is as follows: like, share and comment which of these music festivals is real.
Oh, I like
A,
these.
the Underwater Music Festival; B, the Country Cabaret Festival; or C, the Hunky Dory Hacienda. Now, I think I'd like to go to all of those.
Yeah, me too.
I'm thinking of the outfits that I'm going to be able to wear. I mean, they would be quite cool indeed. So which of these music festivals is real? I'm trying to think how an underwater music festival would sound, because when you're underwater, it's quite disorientating, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't really hear very well underwater.
Maybe the music works so that you can hear it properly. Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, a country cabaret, Kat would love that.
Yes, she would.
She would be there in her cowboy boots and her hat, rocking away. And the Hunky Dory Hacienda just sounds like you're not going to sleep for 24 hours.
To be fair, the Hunky Dory Hacienda sounds awesome.
It sounds really good.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm really hoping that that is the real music festival. But like, share and comment to be in with a chance of winning this incredible collection. Okay, have a look at what is coming up in today's show, because you are going to love it. How cool are these? They are an absolutely amazing set of stamps which you can use alongside your gemstones to really finish off them just beautifully. So we have our Celestial Dreams bundle. This bundle is £16, which already is absolutely incredible. If you're a member of the club, you can see there it's £15.20, and if you're a diamond member, you're going to be paying £14.40 for these 3 incredible stamps. However, that's not the price you're going to be paying today, so let's just ignore all of those 3 prices because with your 14% discount, which you're going to be able to still get with our birthday 14, that's going to bring this bundle down to £13.07 if you're a member of Club Hunky Dory. Now, if you're a diamond member, this brings this bundle to £12.38.
Stop it.
For 3 stamp sets.
You wouldn't mind paying that for one of those stamp sets?
Absolutely mind-boggling how much you're going to save on these. They are just stunningly beautiful. So let's go through them all individually, and you can get a real in-depth look of how these work. This is our first one. This is Cosmic Cat. I'm not even in the middle of the thing there. This is the Cosmic Cat, A6 in size, but you can see it has that. I really love how sort of this background just centers around this gorgeous cat, and how you can actually use your dies as well to cut out around this circle to create apertures, and it's really, really beautiful. We have little dots that you can see, which you can either use as just tinier planets, or you can add your gemstones into there as well. Your sentiments on this one are also really, really cool. We have reach for the stars and follow your dreams, they know the way. This is getting, I'm trying to get it in so it's not super blurry because I can see that is giving a little bit of craziness. But absolutely gorgeous. And in with the cat as well, you have this really beautiful star effect. It's gorgeous. If you want this stamp on its own, you can see there the prices, but again, you're not going to pay that price. Because with your 14% discount that you're going to add on, it's going to bring your Club Hunky Dory price to £6.54. And if you're a diamond member, this stamp on its own and all of the stamps on their own are £6.19. £6.19 for one stamp set. It's incredible. Next up, we have the Stellar Owl. Look at this. It's just so regal. It has that beautiful dimension on there in that circle. I'm trying to, there we go. Is that going to work? We've not got any of that fuzziness there. So beautiful. I love that it reminds me of a dream catcher actually.
Yeah, it's
with
so
the stars
pretty,
falling down. Really beautiful stamp set. Obviously your owl, like the cat, is going to stamp whole, and then all of your detail underneath is going to be really gorgeous line details. And you would think that with a stamp like this, with all of that detail, it would miss out bits. You've got tiny little dots on here. Absolutely every inch of this stamp stamps absolutely gorgeously. Be the star you were born to be, and wisdom begins with wonder are the 2 sentiments we have on that. Again, £6.19 if you use your birthday 14 discount on this. It's absolutely incredible. And then if you want to get our final one, which is our Lunar Butterflies strip stamp, you can see it here in all of its glory. Again, you don't pay those prices because we've still got our birthday 14 promotion running. So if you're a member of the Club Hunky Dory, it's £6.54, and if you're a member of the Diamond Club, it's £6.19. All the gifts that keep on giving this week. Let your dreams take flight, and the other one is The World Is Yours to Explore. I just love how you've got really fine sort of dot details running throughout all of these. They're just beautiful. Let me show you some of the cards that we've got with these though, because I absolutely love them. This one's been cut out and added onto a background panel, which might just be coming up on the show. We have this gorgeous one as well, and this is what I was talking about using your dies, because they do cut out absolutely beautiful on here and just allow you to create a really nice 3-dimensional look to your card. Can we see it there?
That's
there you
perfect,
go.
yeah. So lovely.
We have your owl, and I love this one because gemstones haven't really been used in this, but the way it's been stamped onto this craft card, it just makes it so magical. Really, really beautiful. And then you can use these in so many different fun ways as well. Jess has used this one 3 times and used a selection of blues and greens in her gemstones just to add that gorgeous effect there. And that is why these stamps are so beautiful, because you can do amazing things like this. But if you're thinking of just buying one of these stamps and you think, well, I can use my discount because my discount is going to make this £6.19 for one of those stamps. Well, don't think like that, because if you get the bundle, you can have all 3 stamp sets if you're in the Diamond Club for £12.38, which is less than buying 2 of these stamps. So just get all 3 anyway, because they're absolutely amazing. Becca, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna use the lunar butterflies. I'm so excited. And you were saying like how good value they were. I couldn't even pick just one. I'd have to buy the bundle just so that I didn't have to pick, because they obviously all have the same sort of artwork and stuff, but they're all kind of, you know, they're all so different in theme. Yeah, definitely. So we're going to go with the lunar butterflies. So we're going to make, obviously with it being that strip size, we're going to make a really nice sort of slimline 4x8 card. So we've got a piece of ink me, and I'm just going to check my size on that because I think it's the offcut of an 8x8. So we probably don't want it that big actually. So let's go 2 notches under, and then once we've done the stamping we can always go a little bit shorter. I'm going to leave it to the 8 but just cut it just slightly under. Perfect. So let's get stamping. So I'm going to bring in my stamping press, super trusty, and again just going to be really handy for like lining up all of those details. I'm going to pop my magnets on, and then just going to secure it in place with a tiny bit of low tack tape at the top as well. Okay, so let's bring my stamp in, and you can just about see by my by the stains on here what colours I might be using. I'm going to use some pinks and purples. So we're going to grab the big centrepiece stamp off first of all, just get that off our backing. And then we're just sort of going to place that absolutely slap bang in the centre of our piece. So I'm going to get some inks out. So I'm going to get 4 colours to do like a sort of ombre effect. So we're going to go with pink jelly bean, we're going to go with dusty rose, black currant jam, and purple velvet to give us a really nice sort of layered effect. So we're going to just get that on the press.
So many people are joining us today, both on Facebook and YouTube. So hello to everyone. Lots of you are guessing the question as well to our Win It Weekly competition question. So make sure you get your answers in to be with a chance of winning some more gorgeous stamps.
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely. The giveaways continue. Right, so I'm just going in with my lightest colour first, and then I'm going a bit darker like each time. So I've got my pink jelly bean on, and then I'm just going in just gently with that dusty rose, sort of moving my ink pad each time, just to get that sort of layered look. And then next we're going to go in with our black currant. So just nice and gentle. You can always add a bit more on. And then just getting these little bits in at the side, because it's got loads of little dots and spangles and like really nice sort of ethereal kind of detail in. So I'm just going to grab that with my ink pads as well. And then we're going to go in with this beautiful purple velvet finish. And this one is very, very bright. So I'm just going to be
such a great mix of colours though when it's finished.
I think so. They all go really, really nice together. I'm just going to lay a tiny bit more pink jelly bean because of it being my, you know, my palest colour. And then we're going to stamp that on, and then we're going to see how it looks.
The beauty of using your stamping press here as well is if you have some sections which you feel need more colour, then you can just go in and add that extra bit, can't you, over the top?
Yeah, definitely. And because it's ombre, it doesn't matter that it's not, you know, if I was doing this butterfly in pink jelly bean, this one in dusty rose, and then this one in the black currant, I'd obviously have to keep that kind of regimented ink in. But with the ombre, it's kind of okay. So obviously we've just got a little bit on that middle butterfly that probably wants going in again. So again, I'm just going to sort of quickly layer these colours up again, just because of time. But yeah, definitely going to concentrate on that middle section. Just going to add a little bit more than, you know, so we can go in again. And then just need a little bit more black currant on the top of that paler one. And again, that's just going to go right back to where we started. And again, I'm just going to press my fingers nice and firmly in the centre just to pick up the rest of that detail on there. So hopefully just one more press, that should kind of do it.
It looks amazing.
Amazing.
I can't believe you've done that with one stamp.
And it's so quick as well.
It really is.
You know, and this is perfect technique for a beginner could do this, I think. A little bit of practice, you'll be absolutely away. So let's do the next part of our card. I think we're going to pop our sentiment on, and I'm going to do that with just an acrylic block, but we're going to use the same sort of ombre technique because I really like that. So we're going to go with this small one. Let your dreams take flight, which is so appropriate for a butterfly stamp, isn't it? So I'm just going to centre that in my block, and then we're going to go with the purples because we're going to put it here at the bottom. So black currant jam is my, and again, this is a really bright colour, but this is technically my paler colour. So just, again, just pressing it down. And again, I'm going to put plenty on that because I'm not really going to be able to go back in. And then just nice and gentle with my purple velvet. So let's pop that on here in the corner. Again, just going to really just let that settle, give it a good press. Oh, that's worked out perfectly.
It looks so good.
It does, doesn't it? And then the next thing we're going to go in with is our gemstones. So I've picked out some of our glitter ones, and I think these are the purples, but you get that nice pink and blue.
Yeah.
And then I've gone in with the pinks as well. So I'm going to grab my 3-in-1 tool to just apply these. And I think I actually might need another packet of pinks now, if there is one.
Are these the ones? Have you taken these ones out of
the studio? I think we've got some more packs though. I don't.
Here?
Yeah, I think so. It might be okay. Let's just see how we get on. Obviously, I don't want to use yours if I can help it. But there's loads of spaces that I'm just absolutely like desperate to fill with these gorgeous gemstones. So we're going to go in with the darker pink, and then we're going to go in towards the purple. I think it might be okay. Amazing. Like I say, I've got them to hand if I need them, but so I'm just going to literally just start popping those on. The dots have been designed perfectly.
Yeah. If
you want to lay the gemstones on. Obviously you don't have to, you can fill them in with something else.
You could use your glitters.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've got a demo where we're going to be using some glitters a bit later on in the show because they look really nicely with that, and then that just saves you using your gemstones. So again, we're going to go in with these purple ones. I'm just going to swap to the medium ones for these.
One thing as a little tip that I would suggest, if you're not crafting in the way that we are, and you have a little bit of time, I would maybe give your stamps a couple of hours just to really dry, because the inks that we do have are a water-based ink pad, so you are going to need the time to let them dry before you add on your gemstones, because it might just lift ever so slightly, and you don't necessarily want that when you're crafting. So if you need to make it quite quick in the way that we are, just add a little bit of construction glue onto those dots as well.
And you don't need a lot, because you've still got the adhesive of the gemstones.
And sometimes it will stick, it will take time just to dry, but if you are quickly making these and then like popping them in an envelope to give to someone, then definitely just take a little bit of time with your glue.
Definitely.
Popping these on.
And if you're popping it in the post, just pop a little like layer of cardstock or a bit of tissue paper over them, and then they'll post obviously absolutely fine. So let's pop these just down here. Stock up on your gemstones if you're going to buy these, because they look so good together. Lovely. So I'm just going to have to go in with this spare packet of pink. Thank you, Nat. And then just fill in these last little bits here. And just using a mixture of colours just keeps it really interesting, and again just adds to that kind of like ombre.
Yeah, it looks really good, the fact that you've kind of married the colours up with the design that you've already done with your ink pads.
Well, that's it. And with these mixed packs, you get so many different colours that, you know, you can use any of them and they'll all look really, really good. Just going in there with that one. Okay, and then we're just going to leave it be at that. We're going to do a little background piece, and then we're about done. So just kind of got another piece of cardstock, and I'm going to just keep my ink pads to hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of brush the colour up along the sides, and let me just again check my size on this so that I'm not going, yeah, so this is going to be 4x8, so that's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently take my ink pad and I'm just going to kind of brush it up and down there. And then I'm going to, again, just continue that ombre effect. So my next colour is going to be this black Currant Jam. Just going to kind of like just lay it, like just painting it on directly from the pad. Dusty Rose is going to be next, and it doesn't really matter that they're not absolutely even. And or in the centre, because that's going to all be covered up. Kind of blending those together. And then finally, my nice little pale pink jelly bean. I'm obviously going to go in a little bit harder with that one, with it being paler. Perfect. And then I'm just going to fill in that last bit there, just my streaky bits on there, and then purple velvet just on the bottom, and then we're going to lay that on there. So I'm just going to quickly clean my hands and then get some tape, and then I could possibly just lay that just on there, just on the side. I think I'm going to cut another little bit off though, so I'm just going to gently pop that in and trim it. Obviously I can't go too skinny on this side. Just a little notch off each side, so that'll be making it 1/4 of an inch smaller on the sides, and then I've gone all the way to the top and the bottom. So that's perfect. And then I think I'm just going to pop some tape on, just nice and gently, because obviously I've got my gemstones on there. You can tape it down beforehand if you want to, so that it's not as bumpy. And then let's pop this onto our card. So that's just going to go up the sides. I'm quite glad that I've cut a little bit more off, to be honest. And then let's pop that onto our card blank. So a nice simple card, no colouring, no sort of like fussiness.
And I think that's what's great about them actually, is that you can get quite creative if you want to, but just a really fun background, stamping these on, using a variety of your different colours, that it just works beautifully.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
They're really easy to use.
Definitely, and that's it, and it's just time dependent. If you want to get really fussy, you definitely can, and I think they're the kind of stamp set that both sort of ways looks good, whether you simplify it or not. And that is our ombre card, just with those gemstones as well. I've not filled in any of the sort of middle circles, just because the focus is just really going to be on those.
I love this.
Beautiful butterflies.
It's absolutely beautiful. Such a great technique to use with these stamps as well, with any of the stamps that we're bringing you today. And we don't just have those for you, because we've also designed some stamps which you can use to create backgrounds or borders, which all fit really nicely within this style. So let's have a look at our first one. These are the Astral Elements. This again is A6 in size, but it's just beautiful. £8 to get this stamp set, and you can see you've got really nice details on here. So you've got border strips, you've got that hanging star detail that we saw on the owl stamp. If you wanted to mimic that, we've got shooting stars, we've got sort of really nice images as well. You've got the sun, you've got the moon in here. I think this is great for, do you know, if you want to get quite creative and maybe having sort of like a mystical evening, you want to do like invitations.
Oh yeah.
These look really good in sort of like that really simple sort of like tarot card
Yes.
design. So they're really beautiful for that. And they work amazingly on their own as well. I love this card that Sally Chin made using all of these different elements. And you can see how beautiful it all works together. But again, those prices are not your prices. If you are a member of the Club Hunky Dory, this comes down to £6.54 with your birthday 14% discount. And if you're a Diamond Club member, again, it drops even further to £6.19, which is incredible. And then we have a gorgeous, the Cosmos stamp. Cosmos, isn't it? And this is just incredible because it has all of those tiny, dainty little star details. So if you are making a really fun galaxy background and then heat embossing this in white is going to look incredible. Again, this comes down to £6.54 if you're a Club Hunky Dory member, and diamonds pay £6.19 using that extra discount. So use it because it is there. We've also got our diamond gemstones, and of course you need these because they work perfectly alongside this, and you can choose any of these. They are a range of different prices, but most of them are from around £2.49. This is where it gets crazy though. Okay. So I love these ones. These are our most recent ones, and they are called Glitter Ombre. So you can see these would have looked really cool with Becca's one she just did with all of those ombre colours. You've got a deeper one as well, which is Twilight, which has all the deeper tones. Then we have our Gold Glitter Flakes. Now these are amazing, these gold leaf ones. You've got those in monochromes, blues and greens. We've got them in pinks, and then we also have them in these really nice sort of sepia colour tones. And then our classic glitter gemstones are a must. They're absolutely beautiful. Do you want to hear the incredible thing about these though? Okay, so they're from £2.49, which means they're going to vary. However, if we take that price as just an average,
yeah,
if you're in the club, Hunky Dory Club, that's going to come down to £2.4.
Wow.
If you are a diamond member, you can get a pack of gemstones, no matter what variety they are. You can get a pack for under £1. They come down to £1.97. It is absolutely incredible. Some other things that you might want that work really nicely with these, and we're just going to run through them quickly before Becca does another demo for us. This is gorgeous. Now, one thing you have to know about this, and I will say it out there right now, this is a satin finish paper pad. So if you're wanting to use it as backgrounds, that is absolutely fine. If you want to stamp on this, however, because it's beautiful, you've got that really nice galaxy background, but then you also have the gorgeous sort of I'd say more sort of like characterized galaxy in there as well, with that starry night feel. If you want to stamp on here, you are going to have to heat emboss or use a stays on ink pad. It is a satin finish, it's not matte, so you're not going to be able to use your normal prism ink pads on here. You are either going to have to heat emboss or you're going to have to use a stays on. But for matting and layering, this is awesome. really, really fun paper pad. It's £9.99 normally. If you're a club member, it's £9.49, and if you're a Diamond Club member, it's £8.99. But we're bringing those prices down again. If you are a member of the Diamond Club, it's going to be £7.79, and then if you are just a Club Hunky Dory member, this is going to come down to £8.16. So savings on everything. Glimmer mists as well, because they're going to make really fun backgrounds to work with these. You can get any glimmer mist colour, and there are so many colours in here. We've got glamorous gold. This one works perfectly with this collection, this steel grey colour. Midnight black, of course. Silver dollar, and then the misty rose colour. These are £4.99 each normally. If you are a club member, these come down to £4.08. If you're a Diamond Club member, they come below £4 a bottle. £3.86 for one of these. That is incredible value for money, and again, makes your cards look incredible. One last thing before we go back to Becca is our Gildan Flakes. We're going to give you the whole bundle, this whole incredible bundle, and this one is going to knock your socks off, okay? You can see there, your price you normally pay, £11.97, but using your discount today, we're going to bring this down. If you're a club member, £9.78. If you are in the Diamond Club, £6.99.
What?
£6.99.
This is nearly half price.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
£6.99 for all three of these colours. Just add these deals in while they're at these incredible offers. Add anything to your baskets while you can use that incredible discount deal.
And this is where you can try different techniques, because they're a bit more reasonable. You're like, oh, well, I'm not sure I'm going to like it. I'm not sure I'm going to get on with it.
Yeah.
Add them, give them a go. You've not spent too much money.
Absolutely not.
And you might actually fall in love with it, which you definitely will do.
You will do. You absolutely will do. And then I'm hoping, can I show this? Let's just double check, because I know we have this in the warehouse, because me and Anne-Marie asked for this to be remade, because we thought it worked perfectly with this. So we have it. It's on the website right now. This is our Star Fall acetate, which has these two beautiful designs. So you have this one again, which is that beautiful starry galaxy, and you can stamp on this. You can use your stays on here as well, and it will stamp those gorgeous images onto there. So we have that one design, or you can get it in the bigger star design. So you get gold and you get silver. You get 4 of each different design, which makes this a 16 sheet pack. It's just phenomenal. So if you want this to go alongside these stamps to really make your card stand out, then go and grab it. It's our Starfall acetate. LFA 220 is the code you need to be able to find that. And again, the price will not be the price you see. Take 14% off, and it's going to come down to that incredible price. Okay. Becca, what are we going to do next?
We are going to use some of those upsells.
Okay.
Because they're just beautiful. Because I know that the third part of the show we're going to sort of recap and things like that. So we're going to go in with those upsells that you have just shown us. So, just going to grab a piece of cardstock. I'm going to make a 5x7 card, and I've just done this to a piece of ink me to the same size. Again, we can cut it down. Prefer to kind of do all the stamping and inking first, and then sort of go back in and cut it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off a section just to sort of peep in there. And as well, like why I've not cut it down is just because I can line it up on my craft mat really nice and easily. So I want kind of an inch round each side. So obviously going in at the 4, just going to gently lay my tape. I'm not going to give it a really good press because I am going to want to take it off at the end. Pop that one at 1. And then the same for that side as well. And I am just going to cover up the spaces that I've left. You can use obviously a thicker tape and that'll be much, much easier. You don't have to use quite as much. So I'm just I just don't want to run over with my inking. So I'm just going to pop that on here. Just going to fill in these little gaps.
Lots of people are absolutely loving the card you just made, Becca.
Oh, thanks.
And these stamps and the prices. They are just incredible today. And like Becca said, even if stamping isn't your thing, you could try these out.
Definitely.
Because the prices are incredible.
Yeah, the prices are incredible. They're a really different design to some of the others that we've brought you this year. They're just so much fun. Right, so I'm going to just pop that into there, just onto my stamping press. Like I say, we've got a lot of tape going on. And we're going to take our background, the cosmos, with all those beautiful stars. And again, that's just going to be contained into this really nice square section. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to pop it on my stamping press so that I get that really nice sort of positioning with it.
And also because it's a large stamp.
Yeah, I don't think I've got a block big enough for this anyway.
You just want to be safe.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. The thing with this stamp though as well is it is actually kind of forgiving because it's got that sort of like rough kind of spangly
like a
feel.
Detail.
It kind of doesn't matter, especially if you like sort of heat embossing or using a pale ink, it's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to pop that on my press and then we're going to go in with VersaFine and do it in the black because we're going to have a sort of really nice kind of midnighty feel for this. We're going to do a little bit more inking with some of our beautiful ink pads and, you know, going to hopefully throw in some of those upsells as well that we've got. Okay, so awesome. Okay, so I think that's stamped kind of nice. I'm just gonna see if this side might press a bit better. There we go. Okay, and then let's get some ink pads and start sponging this. I'm gonna leave it on my stamping press and I'm gonna leave obviously all my tape on there as well because again, I don't want to be going around onto these sides. So I'm just gonna see if I've got a blending tool in my box.
Susan has asked a question on YouTube. She said, as I asked if the Glimmer Mist can be shipped to Canada. I don't think they can be, unfortunately. There's a variety of things that we can't ship overseas, and I do believe that the liquids is one of them because I know that you can't have the glues. So unfortunately, I don't think they are. However, if you are, I think you'll be able to get on there. Ecstasy Crafts is a one of the trade people that we work with, and they are based in America. Now I'm not sure if Ecstasy Crafts stock our Glimmer Mist, but I will get Emily's just checking for us because but then I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's shipping it to them as well, isn't it? It can be a bit tricky.
Normally when we send things overseas, we do it doesn't go by flight, it goes by boat. So there's a potential that you might be able to find them because they do sell some of our other products. So just have a look. Ecstasy Crafts is one of the suppliers that we work with, and I think the other one is Paper Wishes, and they're both based in the States. I know obviously you might have to pay a little bit more for it to get to Canada, but just have a look into that, and that's a good thing to note for anyone who is based in those areas. If you do want some specific products that we can't ship over to you for safety reasons, then always have a look at some of our suppliers because you might be able to get them with them.
Yeah, as well, and I think with some of our glues and things is like like some of them have got like solvents and stuff that we're just not allowed to ship outside the UK. So it can be a bit tricky, can't it? Just going to lay some of my colour off on there. So just sort of laid a bit of colour down. Just going in with that canary yellow to give a more like sort of flash of light. And then we're going to take that off and see how it looks with all that white space around it. So I'm just going to lift it off just nice and gently with my stamping press. I'm going to pop all the lids back on my ink so they don't catch. Pop my sponges back on as well. Perfect, so I've just gone in with a blending tool for all of those, and the colours I've used are nautical blue, French navy, and then, like I say, that canary yellow, just for that pop of sort of sunlight or just magicalness. And I'm just going to gently peel all my tape off of here. So I'm going in with these side pieces. First of all, just nice and gently. And then we can sort of reveal that white space that's been kind of left behind. So I don't want to lift my cardstock, so I'm going, like I say, nice, especially on these pieces that have been pressed down quite hard, just nice and gently. And then you can see that really nice sort of clean line that's been left by the tape. Such a nice technique to do.
I love this. It's one of my favourite things. I think stamping sometimes, you think, sometimes we can go a little bit crazy with what we create because we want to just try everything out.
Yeah.
But sometimes the most beautiful cards are where you have that really nice touch of white space.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't have to be fussy and complicated. You don't have to be scared or intimidated by stamping at all. Like you say, some of the most beautiful techniques can be the most simple. So that's absolutely perfect. Quite happy with that. And then I feel like I need to perfect, and then we can have it like whichever kind of way we want it on there. So let me just see if I can find my set of those Astral Elements, and then we can just finish this card off.
You got them?
I can't see them. Right.
Are they underneath this black bit? No.
Okay, not to worry. We can pop a sentiment
these
on.
ones?
Yeah, go on then, because I think those corners just look beautiful, don't they? And I think they're gonna. I kind of had the idea of like framing around that square, so I do want to do that. I'm not very organised today, Nat.
It's Monday.
It's Monday, I know. So perfect. So let's pop this back on our stamping press and just kind of see what looks good. Definitely want to go in with that corner there. And again, I can have it really tight if I want to as well. And then might go in with this other one here. Just to, again, just frame that really nicely. They look so good heat embossed as well, don't they? And then I kind of want my sort of hanging star just on here. And then my shooting star at the bottom. Okay, perfect. So now that I've laid that out, I think we're going to go in with VersaFine just to give it a really strong look. And they're still a little bit tacky, so I'm just going to press that down. I'm going to grab my other magnet and then just check that they're still in place. They're absolutely fine. So we're going to go back in with our VersaFine.
Becca, just move your magnet at the bottom.
There we go. Thanks.
Otherwise it's not going to stamp.
It's not going to stamp. So again, just lay that VersaFine down. It's a nice, strong black ink, this one. So just got 4 little corners just to frame that sort of starlight panel. Giving it a good press. And they just make this such, I love that it's just such a full set of stamps, like with so many like little sort of kind of like knick-knacky stamps just to finish your cards off. Oh, I love that.
It's very sweet.
Super sweet. I'm going to stick with it, the landscape, and then let's go with the other stamp from my butterfly set, which is The World Is Yours to Explore. And again, I think I'm going to pop that. Might just pop that here. I could even put it on another piece if I wanted to, but I think that will look great there.
I think the fact that you've been able to make this card on one piece of cardstock, we're not adding anything else onto here.
Yeah, definitely. Nice. Yeah, like I say, if you want a bit more dimension and height, like pop in some foam pads in, you can do. But I just love the way they look all like layered up, like each layer sort of like coming together. So you've got the inks and then you've got the white, the black. It just all looks so great together. So we'll pop that on there. And again, and this is where you can be popping like you know, your pattern papers behind or your Miri.
Miri would look absolutely incredible with this.
I think so, especially like some of the black or like that dark navy that we've got in the mega mix would look really good. Right, lovely. So just whilst we'll let that dry for just a second, we're just going to bring our card blanket in.
Viv says, oh my God, you threw the tape away. I would have been using that for holding dies in place. There's one thing about that that wouldn't work though, because your tape is going to hold the ink that Becca stamped onto there.
Yeah, it would be covered in ink.
And so it's covered in ink. You pop that through your die cutting machine, it ruins your plates. So honestly, sometimes you want to be able to save as much as you possibly can. With stamping, you just have to kind of just let go a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll suffer in other ways.
It is tough. It is really, really tough. And as well, like I say, I would have probably used one of my chunkier tapes so that I wasn't using quite as much. But you know me, I just lose everything like during the demo and I get so excited.
Karen says this stamp would be fabulous with a Northern Lights inking effect.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
It would be beautiful. Also, if you try some really fun techniques with it as well, and then layer in that stamp over, you could be sort of using cling film, so you've got the different colours of lights.
Oh, definitely, or some bubble wrap.
Yeah, bubble wrap would look really cool.
So that's it. What we might have wasted in low tack tape, keep your bubble wrap from all your parcels.
Yeah.
There's a crafty use for it. Do you know, it's been ages since we did a demo with things like that. It'd be so fun to do that. So I'm just going to pop that on a bit of black card. Like I say, Miri would also look awesome with this. And then we're going to pop that on our card blank. And I think we're going to leave it be there.
I think it's really beautiful. It's such a great use of the two stamps together as well.
Yeah, I think so. You know, why, again, this is just us all over. Why have one when you can have both?
And you'd want both at the prices like you're paying for these. It's incredible.
Yeah.
The offers are amazing. You can see there you've got your usual price, we've got our Club Hunky Dory price and our diamond price, but you're not going to be paying that because we still have our birthday 14% discount available for you to take as much as you want for the next couple of days. I love that, Becca.
Thank you.
It looks incredible. Right, let's do a little bit of a recap and we'll go back to Becca so she can tidy up a little bit and get ready for her last demo. So we have the beautiful Paint Drop Posies Ultimate Collection, which is this week's Win It Weekly. You're going to get 3 stamp sets which work beautifully alongside coordinating masks to make the most simple and beautiful card mix. We don't need to be colouring these in because, as you can see, you've got your silhouettes that do all the colouring for you. The question we're asking you this week is, which of these music festivals is real? A, the Underwater Music Festival, B, the Country Cabaret Festival, or C, the Hunky Dory Hacienda. So get your comments in on any of the videos throughout the week and the winners will be announced on Friday's show. Then let's have a look at this incredible bundle. Let me find my stamps because it's just mind-blowing. So you can get all of these stamps individually and they are £8 each. If you get them with your 14% discount, that takes them down to £6.54 if you're in the club, or if you're in the Diamond Club, £6.19. The price that you can get these for is incredible. So you use that incredible discount code that we're still giving you and you can bring this whole bundle down to £13.07, or if you're a Diamond Club member, £12.38. £12.38 for these 3 absolutely phenomenal stamps is just crazy. I think that's the best way to do it, so I would be doing it that way, because then you can also add on those extra stamps that we showed you, that Cosmos, Cosmos and the incredible little detail stamps, which you can use alongside them to create beautiful backgrounds. It's the best way to do it. It's the best saving. I don't think I've ever seen a stamp set on launch day be this low. £12, 38 if you're a member of the Diamond Club for this incredible bundle of stamps. It's just amazing. There's some more stamps that we didn't show you, some cards that we didn't show you earlier on. I love this one, and this one just uses that stamp that Becca has used on there, and you've got that really nice moon detailing on there, and she's used some of our adorable scoreable to layer that onto as well. We've got a beautiful one here which uses the glimmer mist to make a really sweet background, and then just a few of the gemstones around there so you can see how that cat works. And then another sort of ombre one here, but using those colours completely differently in sort of vertical stripes, and then having the stamp in the black. That one was done by Sally. So thank you everyone who worked on these on the design team, because the cards truly are stunning. Okay.
You can tell everyone had fun with them.
I know, you can't.
You really can.
Right, Becca, what are we doing next?
Last demo, we're going to go back to that main kit, and we're going to use our lovely Stellar Owl for our last one. And we're going to go in with a bit of black, and we're going to do a bit of heat embossing.
Okay.
Right, lovely. So let's use the piece of black that I had just left over from that matte and layer. We're going to use, and we're going to make a 6x6 card. So let's kind of go in at 2 notches under, and we're going to have a piece of silver mirror behind. Or we might have a piece of that duo design. So if I'm going in with that, let's cut it to 5 3/4. And we can just see whichever looks best. If not, we can just have a bigger piece of mirror. Right, lovely. So got that on. And like I say, I'm going to heat emboss in silver today. We saw the gold one and we saw the white one, so I kind of wanted to do a different kind of look with this one. So let's get all my pieces ready. Got my owl stamp ready to go. And again, I'm just going to go in with this centerpiece. But again, this is another set that you get loads with. Like, you don't just get the centerpiece, you get the little stars for a bit of extra detail, 2 sentiments. It's just lovely. They're just absolutely divine. So I'm just going to put that a line in towards the left. And I'm going to, again, pop that on my stamping press. I'm just going to lift that up. And again, I'm just going to tape down a little bit because it's just lifting up. With new stamps, they can be quite tacky, so you can either like press them down a few times or do one as a practice, just to sort of lift. Obviously, you don't want them not tacky at all, but they can sort of lift your paper up with it, or your cardstock, depending on what you're using. So I'm going to go in all over with our trusty anti-static bag. Just really nicely coat that black stamping card. And then for embossing, I'm going to go in with my Versamark. So just a nice clear embossing ink pad. Just give it a really nice good press because there's loads of detail, and mine's super well loved, so it's not that juicy anymore. So I'm just going in really well with this. And then we can get that embossing powder on, which I'm so excited. And I think as well we might bring in a bit of glitter, just again to give it that really ethereal, whimsical look there. So let's see how we get on with this. So nice, good press. Making sure that's all fully covered. And I can just see a little bit, it doesn't come up on camera too well, but I just need to kind of ink my owl again, especially at the bottom, like where his tail is. So I'm just going to pop that on there, tiny bit more coverage, and pop it on my stamping press again. And my stamping press really has been my absolute partner in crime for these stamps.
Yeah, a lot of people are commenting over on Facebook to say that they They weren't necessarily stampers. However, since they got the stamping press, it has changed their lives. They love stamping with that as well.
And imagine if you'd never given that a go.
I know. It is a lifesaver. I think it's one thing that just gives you so much confidence when you're stamping.
Oh, definitely.
That you're going to be amazing at this. And like with something like this, heat embossing, it's something that takes quite a bit of time and it can be quite tedious. Imagine having to do that on your stamping block, so you can't go over it as many times as Becca has done here to make sure that that full image is absolutely covered.
Well, that's the thing, like I say, especially because my ink is getting dry, I probably do need to get a new one. But just knowing that I can go in and just add bits and pieces at a time, I'm not even covering the whole stamp each time, I'm just going over little sections that I just keep noticing are missing and just sort of going over it again and again and again, and that's really nice with this stamping press. So let's pop some embossing powder onto here.
And I think that the images are so perfect that if it did miss a little bit out, it would just give it more of like kind of a rustic feel.
Yeah, definitely. I mean? Just looks like stardust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing, it is forgiving. So I have obviously it has missed a little bit. I'm going to go over its wing, but I'm not going to go on it anywhere else. And like I say, it's just going to have that beautiful sort of stardust effect. Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, looks so nice. Just whilst we are here, and I have got my ink out as well, I'm just going to kind of rub the sides to give it a sort of like oxidized kind of look as well.
Okay.
So I'm just going to just gently rub the ink pad just around the sides and just give it that, nothing too neat or fancy, just to give it that sort of rustic kind of look. Just really, really careful with that. And then I can go in with my embossing powder around the sides. And you can see like where my hands have gone, it's left it a little bit scratchy. And that's fine, because like I say, I want the look of like oxidized metal.
It's such a good technique, this one.
So I've got a bit too much there, so I'll just get that off. Okay, lovely. Right, I think we can sort of call it there, and then we'll just put all this embossing powder just back in the jar and then get the heat tool out. Awesome. So let's grab this, we'll put it on its full setting.
I love watching.
So magical.
Transform. It looks amazing.
So again, I'm just picking up those sides, making sure those are all done. And this is where it's giving it that really sort of grungy, like I say, oxidized, rusty metal kind of finish. Quite a lot to do, so just bear with.
It looks amazing.
It really is, isn't it? It's looking super magical, super sparkly. And then I think we've got everything. Perfect. Yeah, I think we've got everything there. So we'll just have a little sweep up, pop my embossing powder away, and then we can go in with the next part of our project. So I'm going to take my craft glue pen.
Oh.
Give it, I know, because I'm just going to try and add some glitter to these circles. There we go, just a little bit of glue stuck on the cap. Okay, so I'm just going to go in kind of nice and gently around these circles. Just going to get my glue to the top first. Perfect. And then just sort of gently fill in all of these circles. And doing them all means that by the time I come to the beginning and put the glitter on, it'll already be quite tacky, because I kind of like the glue to just dry for a second.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too wet sometimes.
No, which again, it is really weird. Like, you think you'd want to get it on straight away, but it does sort of sit a bit, it sticks to the card better if it's tacky, because it's a bit sort of closer. So I'm just filling in all of these. I'm going to leave my owl, because I'm going to either leave that blank or use some gemstones. And just gently pressing all these circles. I don't need to use absolutely loads. Just want to just kind of fill them in, because again, I don't want it to be too wet and gluey. And then I'm going to fill in my moon as well. And then I'm going to just grab my, again, we're just keeping this all silver. Perfect. And then go back in with my, got my glitter there ready to go. I'm going to go back in with my sort of like, I've just got a piece of, I think it's just copier paper. And then silver glitter. And I'm just going to sort of tap the side of the jar so that it's not getting everywhere. And just going to fill in those circles.
This is another great thing to add into your baskets, especially if you're buying these stamps, and especially while we have our 14% offer, because there's so many great glitters to choose from that would work perfectly with this. Your holographic selection would be amazing.
Oh, definitely, especially with paired with Rainbow Mirror as well.
Yeah, your essential one with all of those amazing sort of whites.
Oh, definitely, yeah, 100%.
So grab it while you can.
So let's stamp our sentiment, and I think we can just go with a little bit of kind of white, and we'll do our mirror mat as well, just whilst we're waiting for that glitter to dry. Oh no, I wasn't going to use mirror, was I? I was going to use that gorgeous holographic paper, which I think I've actually already cut, and I think that is going to look really good, especially.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, perfect. So let's just stamp our sentiment. We'll go with be the star you were born to be, which is just so fitting with this. Just gonna have this little scrap of ink me here. I'm just gonna grab another one of my blocks and some VersaFine. Going to stamp that onto there.
It's going to be so stark against that black.
I know, I think it's going to look good though, do you?
Which way are you going to put it on?
I'm probably just going to put it on like that.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. I think it looks too stark.
No, I think it looks good.
Oh, awesome. I'm worried there for a sec, Nat. So we're just going to have that just on there. That's going to look so good, isn't it? Let's pop that on with some foam pads. I'm just going to pop that one at the bottom here.
It's such a contrast against the black, but it just allows it to stand out so much more.
Yeah, definitely. You can really see it, can't you? And because there is a little bit of white within that silver glitter, I just think it looks really, really good. Lovely. And then I'm going to go in with, again, my double-sided tape. Just being nice and gentle, because some of that glitter is going to come off. Again, obviously, with a bit more time, we'd probably want to leave this a bit longer than a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to just pop that onto our card. And then that is just going to finish. I have had such fun playing with these stamps.
You've done some great demos today. They've
yeah.
been such a good everyone's been different, and it's just been such a great way of showing off the different types of techniques you can do with them.
Yeah, that's it. Whatever kind of stamper you are, whether you're beginner, intermediate, whether you're making quick and simple, there's definitely a project that's just going to suit this style so well. I've already got my tape on my Duo Design paper ready to go, so let's just pop that straight onto the card. And then finish with some of our black gemstones. So I've just got some here. We're just going to fill that owl in. I think he looks a little bit incomplete without anything, but I don't want it to make it too fussy. So we're just going to go in with just some simple, plain black ones. Like I say, nothing fussy. So I'm just going to quickly pop those on there. Just going for like the medium size ones on here, on his wings. And again, I think you can use just so many of our gemstones, like whatever you've got in your stash, or treat yourself to some new ones. Oh, just need one more medium one there. And then we're going to put, I'll probably just go with the same size again, just to give it that real sort of like uniformity. Just on the bottom here. Just to finish that card off. Okay, so it's already on a card blank, so let's pop that up. There we go. Ooh, I love how that's turned out.
It looks so good, especially with that sort of effect around the outside edges. It's something that I think looks really good with these type of stamps, and it does really just bring out the colours in there. Today has been such a fun show. Those stamps are in incredible prices. Becca showed you some amazing ways of being able to use them, so make sure you take use this code as much as you possibly can. You can't just use it once, you can use it as many times throughout the week until Wednesday. So make sure you're adding that to anything you purchase, because it is so worth it. You're going to save loads and loads of pennies. But thank you all for joining us today. We hope you've loved this collection as much as we have. Tomorrow on Hobby Maker, I'm going to be there. I've got 2 hours. We've got some new deluxe craft pads, so anyone who likes crafting on the go, make sure you're tuned into that. And then at 3 p.m, we're going to be back with those incredible topper favourites, so make sure you're watching over on Hobby Maker. Rebecca and Rach are going to be with you in the morning, so make sure you're tuned in for loads of fun demonstrations with another classic kit. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your day, and happy crafting!